Fantastic Beasts 3, The Secrets of Dumbledore is out. And, hmm. All right, so I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I've had to re record this multiple times because I keep fumbling over my words because I don't have a lot to say about this movie, and I'm trying to make it concise and a full on, professional critique of the movie. But you know what? I'm sick and tired of trying to re record this, so I'm just going to be flat out honest with you. This movie isn't very good. It's okay. It's mid at best. The acting is good. The effects are good, but the writing is terrible. J.K. Rowling did another terrible job writing this movie because she's writing it as if it were a book, and you can tell that while you're watching it. The first Fantastic Beast was a solid movie. The second and third one have the same exact problems, is that things happen that aren't fleshed out and explored because there isn't enough time. If this was like a novel-sized story with 300, 500, 800 pages, whatever, there would be tons of time to have these insignificant things or setups and everything that happen that can be explored throughout the course of the entire movie. However, sorry, I meant to say novel. However, that's not the case here. Things cannot happen and then be explained because there's enough time. This movie is already over 2 hours long and it doesn't have enough time to explain everything. Perfect example is that Dumbledore has a brother in this movie. That doesn't get explained. He has a brother and a sister. They don't really explain. It's just like, oh yeah, by the way, he has these. And it's like, oh, that's it. He just has them. Doesn't explain like why they're distant, why he doesn't really talk about them like at all, like what's going on, what is up with this. Doesn't get explained. The first half of this movie is completely nonsensical. They're doing things, but you don't know why they're doing things. It doesn't get explained until halfway through. That's when the plot of the movie kicks in. They explain it to you. Is that Grindelwald, for whatever reason, is absolved of his crimes and is now running for wizard president. And Dumbledore and Newt and everyone are trying to stop that from happening. Which is just like, what? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any logical sense because Grindelwald is evil and was locked in prison in the second movie. But they specifically say he's absolved of his crimes of the second movie. So what about his crimes beforehand? It doesn't make any sense. This is what I mean. And if you cared about light spoilers like that, I'm sorry, whatever. This movie isn't worth you caring about spoilers. However, just there's nothing with this movie. It's just, it happened. I sat there and I watched it. I'm kind of upset because I left the theater in a bad mood because I was in a really good mood walking into The Secrets of Dumbledore because literally not even 5 minutes before that movie started, I had just walked out of seeing Everything Everywhere All at Once. And that movie, I'll talk about my review, but obviously you can tell from the way I was upset, I enjoyed it. I walked out of that happy, and I saw this movie, and I felt empty watching the entire thing. It didn't evoke any emotion from me. That's actually not true. I did feel a little bit of emotion because J.K. Rowling listened to the fans' outrage, and she redeemed the character of Queenie, who she brutally destroyed with character assassination in The Crimes of Grindelwald. And I'm happy that her character is back to being what you wanted her to be from the first movie, but also I feel like I shouldn't be happy about that because she destroyed her character in the first place just to put her back where she is. I hate when they do that in superhero movies, and I hate that she did it here. It, yeah, there isn't much I can really say about this movie. Like, the writing is garbage, and everything else in it is pretty solid, which is, I don't get it. I don't get why Hollywood hasn't picked up on this yet. People will see a movie with terrible everything as long as the writing is good, but they don't get that. They will put a bunch of money and famous actors into something, and then the writing is going to be terrible, and people are going to hate it. So I don't get why someone didn't overhaul this script or what, but it's still not very good. It's on par with no, it's slightly better, just barely slightly better than the Crimes of Grindelwald script because that movie was terrible all the way through. This is slightly better because Grindelwald actually has a concise and well-evaluated plan that makes sense after you finish the movie. You don't understand what the plan is throughout the movie. They don't really explain it. Once the movie's over, you can piece everything together and figure out what the plot was and what their plans were and everything. And no, this movie is not really a mystery. This isn't like Knives Out where you're like, oh, hey, who's the killer? I'm trying to figure it out. It's not like that. It's not a mystery in that vein. It's just they didn't have time to explain what the plot was, and everyone speaks cryptically, and it's whatever. Sorry, this is gonna be the best review. I'm just kind of just bleh. I don't even, nope, I'm not even gonna edit this, So me telling you right now that I'm not gonna edit this video, it's gonna stay in the video because I'm not gonna edit. I don't believe that this movie deserves my effort in even editing this video. That's how little I cared about it. That's how empty I felt walking out of that movie. So, that being said, that's the end of this review, and I will hope that you liked it. Maybe, probably not, because this isn't the best review. I'm sure you probably watched better ones, but whatever. I'm the innocent villain. You're innocent until proven villainous, and I'll catch you in the next review. Hopefully, and actually, no, not hopefully, definitely, it will be about something way better than this movie. Peace.